Welcome to your RevOps Academy.
Hi, Shadab here. Let's continue to talk about the next step of Revenue Engine Diagnostics, which is called as Experience Audit and Benchmarking Dashboards. So some of the things that I'll just quickly walk through, there is nothing to show here, but let's just quickly walk through. Whenever you're working with a stakeholder, we start with like a website research and see how they have structured their website. That gives us a very good idea on the product and services they have listed, what seems to be important, what doesn't seem to be as important. And then we look at the reports, and we'll go into this reports in a second. And then we look at the workflows, we look at the admin settings and a bunch of things. But other than that, let's focus more on the benchmarking dashboard. So for every single RED that we do, Revenue Engine Diagnostics, we create this benchmarking dashboard, and this helps us uncover a lot of information. So since we already had a talk with the stakeholders and we collected what they wanted to say and what they think is happening in their business and what should happen in their business, let's see what HubSpot is telling us, or what their system of record is telling us, hopefully, which is the source of truth. In most cases it's not, but let's figure that out together. Very first report you see is contact created totals over time, and this is just for like an imaginary company, so the data will be all messy, but that's the point. We work with messy data all the time. Sometimes it's really good, but most of the time it's messy, and it's our job to restructure that as ops professionals. So contacts created over time, we have the contact looks like it spiked in a particular month. So we want to note this down as some kind of import happened during this month. Okay, a lot of contacts were transferred into MQL in June 2025, but before that there's like nothing I can see here. So looks something really wrong about your MQL movement. So let's keep diving in. MQLs created on a monthly basis, but by their original source. Looks like we only have contacts coming in from offline sources, but in March, for some reason, there were a lot of traffic, and I don't see any other sources like social and whatnot. This gives me a quick indication on, hey, and a quick win, that is your website domain connected or not? So we can ask this question. Okay, let's look at your lifecycle stage conversion funnel. Looks like you are creating a lot of leads, that's good, but only 9.9% of them are getting converted. Or is this funnel not accurate? Is it not set up correctly? So both of the things can be true, one of the things can be true. We'll deep dive, but for now let's focus on just the data, and then from there on we don't even have like anything moving forward. I'm pretty sure if you are in the business, you will have at least some active customers, but since your funnel is not showing any, that means it's a pure indication that your funnel reporting is broken, thus your lifecycle stages setup is broken. That gives me a good idea on what to prioritize in your roadmap, which we will discuss in the next phases. Okay, lead status. So looks like 847 leads are stuck in progress. At least they are in progress and not just in like new leads or something like that. But what happens after that? So we don't know anything. Okay, let's look at your pipeline. So your pipeline looks like a lot of time is spent in stage 1, and then in the decision maker bot in, it's also spending a lot of time. So we need to talk on how they are reflecting your real sales cycle and the conversion rate between the stages and the time spent between each of the stages. Next, we have the revenue summary. So we can see, okay, in Q3 2024, we bought in this amount of revenue, but what about the other reports? So we don't have any data for that. Let's look at the different revenue by product type. So we can see, okay, we only have $10 for custom fast track. That cannot be right. So that gives me an idea that your product library and something is wrong with your pipeline configuration. So this gives me like a good deal of insight. Deals created by quarter, so I can see, okay, this is not looking good. A closed won revenue by quarter, so I can see this as well. Total number of customers, and then active partner counts, then customer counts by product type, and then revenue sum by product type. And you can create more reports to augment this. But fundamentally, what we are trying to uncover very quickly, like what your data is telling us, both across your data architecture, all the way from website traffic to the contacts getting created, to deals being created, to contacts moving down the funnel, and ultimately how it translates into revenue and how much of that can we track. So this is again all dummy data. So this is not accurate, but the fundamental idea, this gives us a very good baseline to take it to the next stage, which we will discuss in the next video.